Hi, I'm Emily Deschler. I'm a senior. I'm a cell biology and biochemistry major, and I'm on the women's cross country and track and field teams here at Bucknell. I'm a volunteer EMT at the William Cameron Engine Company, which is about 5 minutes from campus. I became a volunteer EMT because I really wanted to take my pre-med knowledge and skills to the next level. I am on the pre-med track, so I've always just really been inclined to helping people. I became an EMT 2 summers ago, the summer after my freshman year of college. I've been volunteering almost every weekend. I took a training course to become an EMT. It was an 8-week course, pretty much intensive throughout the entire summer. So I went through the class, and then after you go through the class, you learn all the skills that you need to become an EMT. And then you have to take both a written exam and a practical competency exam where you show and demonstrate the skills. The hardest part about being EMT is not knowing what you're going to see when you arrive on scene. You basically have to adapt to the situation very quickly and be able to connect with the patient who is obviously going through a very rough time and be able to calm them down, assess the situation, and help them in the best way possible. Just not knowing what you're going to get when you arrive on scene is a little difficult sometimes, and also just being able to connect with the patient because they're obviously going through a very rough time. That's why they called 911 EMS. When I go into the station, sometimes you'll be going non-stop, call after call after call. Other times, you'll only get maybe 2 calls in a day. Some other duties are just making sure your ambulance is stocked with all the supplies, after you return from a call.
Whenever I'm looking for some advice from my captain, she's always the very first person to reply back. So, just a very dependable young lady. She's involved in a lot of extracurriculars and a lot of other stuff on campus, but she gets great grades. She's a great runner. She has tremendous time management skills, and she lives a very clean lifestyle, and because of that, she has been a great athlete for us.
I think since I was in middle school, I've had my mind set on I want to become a doctor one day and, use what I learned in the medical world. My major is cell biology and biochemistry. It's combined into one major. I felt that taking both biology and chemistry into one major set me up really well for the pre-med requirements. I've always just really loved science in high school and middle school, and I thought that the major here was really strong. Along with the major, there's a lot of research opportunities. I'm also involved in biology research lab that looks at the effects of acute stress on aging. I knew that I really wanted to get involved with research, just the aspect of investigating research questions and looking for answers and designing experiments and really going after things like that really interested me. So I joined the research lab when I was in my spring semester of my sophomore year. I really love what I do. I find the research very interesting. So I'm in a biology lab that researches the effects of acute stress on cellular aging. I spent the summer at Bucknell doing research, and this summer we started a study that looks at the effects of life history on the acute stress response. So basically, whether you're a long-lived species or a short-lived species, how does that affect the way you respond to stressors in the environment? So if you have a long life or a short life, how might that affect how you respond to stress? This summer I ran a lot of assays to basically measure stress hormones in blood plasma, and we use quail as our model organism. So we did a lot of stress series tests where we basically measure their response to stress and take blood samples, and then from those blood samples we will measure the amount of stress hormone, and from there we can analyze the data and see how these birds respond to stress. And then this research work that we're doing will be able to be applied to humans to see how different stress responses might indicate certain diseases, because if you aren't able to recover well from a stressor, so after a stressor has passed, you want to be able to bring your stress levels back down to a normal baseline, and if you aren't able to recover quickly, that could indicate some kind of disease later on in life, and usually leads to cellular aging, which leads to shortened lifespan. I think that there's something really special about connecting with other people in a way that you can help them physically as well as mentally. I think it's not just physical, you have to also connect with them on a deeper level, and I really want to be able to do that with my patients in the future. After I graduate, I really want to go to medical school and become a physician. I'm not entirely sure what specialty I want to go into yet. Just being able to help people on a personal and medical level, that's just my future dream job.